Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Gendron Tarot by Melanie Gendron. There is a website here somewhere, usgamesinc.com. I believe the website's still active. I don't know if you can still get this deck, but this website is still active. So, there's that. Supportive Oracle Cards, Energy Oracle Cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. There's some websites for Sandra. They're all Hay House websites that I got on here anyway. hayhouse.com. So feel free to check those out if you want to. Of course. Of course. Alright. What do we have for Cancer? There's a lot. That. One card came up. Wow. This one card came up in the same spot for Pisces, literally the same spot. So let's see where that's going to go. The Devil popped up for you, which for Cancer is a little bit more like, this can talk about Capricorn, which is the opposite of your sign. It can be it's a very interesting connection. So this person could be somebody that you kind of get along with at first, but the longer you work with them, the harder it is to get along with them. No sign is good or bad, so I just don't want anything to go. But Cancer and Capricorn have a difficult time getting along. The more they know each other, the more they're in each other's space, especially if they live together, it can become very heated, very difficult. I have seen some work situations where they can kind of, work it out in a way that, like, they stay away from each other, or just they stay in their own lane, I guess you could say, stay in their own box. But they get along as friends to a point, and they just keep a limit, they just keep a boundary. I have seen that work out. There's a lot coming in here, trying to figure something out, trying to make something make sense. The other person does seem like they're in control. It also seems like this person is normally a friend energy for you, but you got the Three of Cups with the Devil, because it's kind of like the Devil does what the Devil wants, and then they got this. They're in control with this Magician card. This is, I don't know, I think it's a general read, so let's be careful with it. But I'm not feeling like a negative energy from this person, but I'm feeling like a dominant, like, it's going to go my way energy. It's going to go my... I'm just trying to see, because they seem to be... There's like 6 to 1, half a dozen to the other. Like, they don't want to give in, but they're not really sure it's worth the fight, but they're still fighting. They're not backing up. They have the Nine of Wands, which is holding the line, and then the High Priestess, which is kind of like, maybe it's not the best way I'm holding it, but I still need it to work out, so I'm going to do my best to make this work out. Whatever they're holding the line on, whatever they're trying to make happen, they got the Ace of Wands too. They really have some energy going towards this. Whatever it is they want to happen, they really believe it needs to happen. And they're feeling like if they give in, it's not, like, everything is going to be for nothing. The Five of Swords for me is like the fruitless win. If they give in to you and they don't push this forward, sure, you and them will get along, but the situation itself will fail. It's kind of like how they're looking at it. They're also kind of working in this fear energy, the fear of the wheel. This is kind of like, at any moment things could fail. We really got to fix this now. We really got to put this in proper perspective. We got to get a plan. Ooh, there might be like a little bit of a plan energy here. It is the fear that something random could take this down at any moment. It's a little bit of an irrational fear, I would say. It's weird with the, like that. It's a spider. I'm not a fan, but there's a spider right there, and I'm like, it's just a little bit too realistic for me. I'm like, that is a gross looking spider. I'm like, I am not a spider fan though. That's a gross one. I think it's gross. But that's kind of like irrational fear. I feel like I don't think I lose my mind, but if there's a bunch of them, I can't. Bye. Gotta go. nope, not here, not for me, not today, not that ever. Is there more we can get about that? Because I'm like getting really caught up in that whole spider image. I've used this deck a while, but I've never noticed that spider image as much as I am right now. And I'm like, oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's water. 8 of water, so that's the 8 of cups. And then again, the High Priestess. So the 8 of cups is kind of like having to walk away and try something new. It feels like they're kind of at that point, like they're questioning, like, if this is going to fail anyway, maybe I should walk away and just go do something else anyway. That High Priestess came in with this one, too. They don't want to give up on this situation, but if they can't make it go the way they feel it needs to, they may literally just abandon it altogether. I don't know if that's more of a fear, kind of like, if it's not going my way, then I'm leaving. I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. I don't know if they're actually going to do that, or if that's like the backup, like, well, if it's not going to go my way, I'll just go somewhere else. It might be kind of like that. It's kind of like, because it's in what's not working, I'm questioning if they're saying it or they're actually going to do it. So if they're saying it, they might not actually do it because it's just kind of like a fear-mongering thing. But if they're not saying it, it's a heads up, they might do it. They might just kind of abandon the whole situation and go a completely different direction. Because they feel like this is destined to fail at some point anyway if it doesn't go their way. They really seem to have that energy about this. If it doesn't go my way, that's going to fail at some point, so why stick around if it's going to fail at some point anyway? It really does seem like it has a lot of that energy going on. Now, whatever it is they want, I don't feel like you're looking at it like it's the worst thing, but it's not what you want. You have the 4 of Cups. You're not really warm and fuzzy about what they want to do. You're kind of like, I'd really rather not. But you could. You could. You don't want to, but you could. What are your backup cards here? You got Caring Connections, the third chakra. No, that's not the third eye. What is that? That's the solar. It looks like the solar plexus, but the spot where I'm seeing them do it. All right, that's fine. I don't know why they have that yellow at the heart, but it's there. I never noticed it before. Like where they have the ball, that makes sense to me, but why do they have another bright spot? I think it's just the sunshine coming down. Maybe it's just the way I'm looking at it. But it's kind of like holding true to your voice, but then trying to feel it out through your heart too. Like what's best for this situation? That seems to be the advice. It does seem to make you very nervous that somebody's trying to push you into something you don't want to do. I feel like that's obvious. But then you do care about this person, so you don't want it to destroy it. There is a friend energy. Even if it's not a friend, if it's a family member, or if it's even your partner, it's kind of like, I want to continue to get along with this person later. You do seem to come at this like, I want to get along with this person later. And but I don't want to end up doing something I really don't want to do. Is there a way for you to diminish your role? Maybe let them do what they want and you could support it but be less connected. I have a feeling for a lot of you that's not really an option, but let's see. Swords. 7 of Swords, which is kind of like walking away, flat out walking away. Almost sometimes known as the Thief card. And then you have the High Priestess for you too. Is this dice weighted? Like what? Every time for you and for them it comes up the High Priestess. Like each of you is going to have a part of this you don't like, but overall you got to make sure you like the outcome. So it's kind of like, I don't like part of this, but I need to like more of it. I mean, I need to like more of it than I don't like, but I got to balance out. This is not going to totally go my way. You seem to be on board with that, going, this is not going to go my way, at least not totally, but how much do I have to give in? How much do I have to give in? Because I do see you letting it go at some point and kind of like, all right, fine, we'll just do it your way. It seems to like go very fast too. I just feel like I'm worried it's gonna like draw on me or just drain my energy. But I feel like if you were able to work this out and let this person do what they want, I do get the Justice card on their side. Even though we started with the Devil, because it feels like I'm being held down. The other person will be fair about dividing the responsibilities or whatever that means. This situation should work out fairly. They seem to understand that this situation needs to have some type of balance, that works for them and you and whoever else is involved, if it's gonna go their way and stay their way. So if they plan to make it go their direction, if they want to keep it going their direction, they have to be as fair as possible to sustain it. They seem to be on board with that, and they seem to be willing to put a lot of work into it, and they seem to get a lot easier to deal with when things are going their way. I mean, most people, I want to say that most people tend to be a lot easier to deal with when things are going their way, but, take that with a grain of salt wherever you want to take it. Once you agree to it, it does seem to take off pretty quickly. This moment does seem to pass fairly quickly, too. I don't see it, lasting the longest time. This is something I don't think is going to last. It seems like the whole situation is going to go through another this is only going to last a short time, because especially with this Eight of Wands, I don't think it's going to last all that long. Let's just, clarify that with the dice, just to be sure. So the 19, which is the Sun card, and then the Page of Swords. It's not going to last that long. And when it moves on, I feel like, it was just such a short period of time. I feel like maybe 2-3 months, whatever it is. I feel like it's 2-3 months. And I feel like it's not, when it's passed by, you're like, actually, it wasn't that big of a deal. I just thought it was going to last a lot longer. You were worried. This is your challenge card. Feeling like you're going to get stuck in something that's going to last forever. I think it's going to last 2-3 months. And then it'll move on, and you'll be like, well, actually, if I knew it was just going to last that long, I really wouldn't have put up that much of a fight about it. I thought it was going to last a lot longer than that, so might as well move on now. Just be careful of your words, is what I'm also getting, because I feel, again, you want to keep this person as an ally. And I feel like this is just it turns out to be such a short thing that we don't need any more of a problem than necessary. I mean, I don't think you should just give in, but kind of negotiate it their direction is where I'm getting. Negotiate it towards what they want. Try to negotiate something that works for you, too. I don't think you should give in completely to this, but try to negotiate it more to their way. Realize it's going to go their way or you're going to give in to them, but try to, negotiate in that sense. Give in a little, see what they will give to you. Give in a little, see what they'll give to you. And I feel like you'll end up a little better. The more you give to them, just even if they don't give you a lot, if they just keep giving you little by little, just see what you can get from the situation. Something like that. I feel like that's better. I do feel like that's better. You should get something out of this. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below with the same email. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.